Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. And in this session, we will be talking about structures and unions, which are user-defined data types. And this session will provide a good base for our next data structure, that is linked list. So before starting with the session, let's talk about what this Envision batch is and how important is this. So this is basically targeting on GATE 2021. So just few months to go for GATE 2021. So in order to finish up the syllabus on time, we are daily having 7 sessions of 1 hour each duration, which will be in the English. So basically this is an English batch course, and daily, as we have talked about the 7 sessions. So currently general aptitude, discrete mathematics, computer networks, data structures and programming, compiler design, operating systems and algorithm is getting covered. And the duration of each batch, each session will be 1 hour. So total is 7 hours duration daily. It starts at 4 p.m. and it goes till 11 p.m. As you can see that I have started with the concept of data structures and programming, as this is one of the very important subject from GATE point of view. इसमें से बच्चे काफ़ी ज़्यादा questions आते हैं. This is having the maximum weightage among all the technical subjects, and daily we are having the live sessions at 7 p.m. Till now what we have covered the concepts of programming. कुछ और programming concepts हैं which are not important from GATE point of view, but still those concepts are important. So if you want to learn those concepts, you can follow the special classes. To follow my special classes, my Unacademy profile link is given in the description box. So just go through it once and you'll get many videos which will be helpful for you guys. Okay, so do join the session at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Already we have finished with the C programming concepts. We have covered the concepts of arrays along with the previous year questions. Previous year questions are also over. Then we had covered the concepts of stack along with the applications and previous year questions. Then we have covered the concepts of queues along with the previous year questions. Next data structure that we have to discuss is linked list. But to provide a good base, in today's session we will be learning the concepts of structures and union. Apart from that, if you want to follow the special classes, and in that case you can download the Unacademy learning app. This app is available on both the Play Store and the Apple Store. So the main important benefit is, by downloading this app you can access the lectures from any place at any point of time, and also you can participate in the live quizzes, tests, and you can interact with the educators during the live sessions. So do download this app. This is an Unacademy learning app for the learners. Other one is for the educators that won't help you out much at this stage. And in case if you want to cover the 100% syllabus in detail, then you can go for the subscription plan. We have 2 types of subscription plans: Plus subscription and the Iconic subscription. Plus is a basic plan to get started with, and Iconic takes your preparation level to the next level with the help of personal coach. So whatever benefits are there in the Plus subscription, those benefits are also there in the Iconic, but in addition to the Plus benefits, some additional benefits are there in the Iconic. So Plus ke benefits ke the first and the most important one is you can attend unlimited interactive live classes which are taken by India's best educators. And during these sessions you can interact with the educators. By any chance if you have missed the live session, you can follow the recorded session, and if you are having any doubt, then you can ask your doubts in the doubt solving session. Doubt बच्चे किसी session में भी हो सकते हैं, doubt questions में भी हो सकते हैं. So this will be a doubt solving session as well as the practice session. So this is a dedicated session for doubt solving. So Plus courses and Iconic course is designed in such a way that every 4th session will be a doubt solving and a practice session. Apart from that, you will be provided with the structured courses and PDFs, and this also includes the live tests and quizzes. So bache, these live tests and quizzes are going to play a very important role in your preparation. Hi, good evening Nishu, very good evening Lavjeet. And if I talk about the benefits of the Iconic, so in addition to the benefits of the Plus subscription, additional benefits came. First one is you will be getting a guidance from the personal coach. Personal coach will help you to identify your weak area and the strong area so that you get a direction in which you need to put in the efforts. Obviously, if you know the right direction, then your efforts will be fruitful. Otherwise, हो सकता है कि आपके efforts waste हो जाए. And second one is personalized test analysis will be done. Study planner will be provided to you. And the most important one is preparatory study material will also be provided to you. This means that you just need to solve the questions and give the test, participate in the mock test, quizzes, live tests, and so on. Okay, so this is about Plus subscription and the Iconic. If I talk about the subscription plans, in the Iconic subscription, we have two subscription plans, 1 year and 2 year. 1 year Iconic subscription is for 50,250. But if you are going to apply this referral code, that is my referral code Shefali. This is my first name, obviously. So by applying this referral code, you will be getting 10% discount. This means that for 1 year Iconic subscription, you just need to pay 45,225, and for 2 year Iconic subscription, you just need to pay 66,600. So what is the benefit of paying for 2 years? So basically this 2-year plan is recommended to the students, those who are going to start their GATE preparation at the early stage. That is when you are in the first year or during the second year or third year. So benefit क्या होगा? Additional benefit क्या? Anyhow you will be writing the GATE paper while you will be in the third year or fourth year. Because for GATE 2021, third year students are also eligible for writing the GATE paper. So this will help you to score well in the semester exams. कुछ logic समझ में नहीं आया? I'll let you know. See, whatever subjects we are going to cover in the GATE syllabus, those are the core technical subjects which you are going to study in your BTech curriculum of especially the second year and the third year. So if you are preparing for the GATE, so if you are in the third semester, whatever subjects you are going to study, 2 to 3 subjects would be there in the semester exams, current semester. So prepare those subjects in detail. एक तो आपको sufficient time मिल जाएगा, conceptually thoroughly concepts clear हो जाएंगे, तो definitely you will be able to score well in the semester exams. प्लस इसका बेनिफिट आपको एग्जाम में गेट एग्जाम में भी मिलेगा, क्योंकि आप डिटेल में इनफ प्रैक्टिस के साथ आपने एक सेमेस्टर में सिर्फ 3 ही सब्जेक्ट्स प्रिपेयर किए हैं. दिस मीन्स दैट यू गॉट द सफिशिएंट टाइम फॉर द प्रैक्टिस. So definitely there is a high probability that you will be getting a good marks in the GATE paper. Other way is, by any chance, if you are not satisfied with your GATE score, then you can again write the GATE paper when you will be in the 4th year. तो थर्ड ईयर और फोर्थ ईयर के बीच में 1 ईयर का गैप आ जाएगा. 1 ईयर आपको सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स तो डालने नहीं है, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी आप सिलेबस को थॉरोली कवर कर चुके हो. सो यू जस्ट नीड टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस, यू जस्ट नीड टू प्रैक्टिस मोर एंड मोर प्रॉब्लम्स. So this will help you to improve your GATE score, and also you can include your GATE score in your resume. This will help you in the placements. So this means that there is a high probability that your resume will get shortlisted, and then you need to go through the elimination round, that is the written round, in which you will be facing the multiple choice questions from the technical subjects and the non-technical subjects. Interview will be the technical interview, and the non-technical, that is the HR round, and coding round. So coding point of view से भी you know that you should have a good knowledge of a programming language as well as data structures, because whenever you are coming up with some applications, you need to deal with the data. Apart from that, you should have a good knowledge of algorithms and DBMS. These subjects are having a good weightage in the GATE exam, as well as these are important from placements point of view. In order to crack the written round or the interview, you should have good knowledge of operating systems and computer networks as well, along with these subjects. And definitely written के लिए you need to prepare the non-technical portion. So these are the additional benefits if you are going to start your preparation at the early stage. But if you are in the 4th year or you are pass out, in that case you can go for 1 year subscription. So this is about Iconic subscription. If we talk about the Plus subscription plan, we have 1 month subscription, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and 24 months. So if you are going to apply this referral code, you will be getting 10% discount, and also you'll be added to my group. So this means that for 1 month, you just need to pay 4,950. For 3 months, you need to pay 12,375. For 6 months, it comes out to be 22,275. For 12 months, you need to pay 27,225. For 18 months, it comes out to be 34,650, and for 2 year you need to pay 39,600 instead of paying 44,000. Okay, so these are the plus subscription plans. But if you have prepared and you are targeting on GATE 2021 and you want to join the crash course, in that case you can go for 3 month subscription for the crash course, so that you'll be able to cover all the subjects and you'll be able to participate in the live tests and quizzes. All right. Hi, very good evening, Harsha, Rajan. So this is about the introduction part. Hope this is clear to everyone. किसके लिए कौन सा plan suitable रहेगा, rest you can decide. In case if you have any particular query, you can ask. So shall we start with the session? Yes? Are you ready for the session? As you know that the agenda is to talk about user-defined data types. मेजर फोकस हमारा स्ट्रक्चर्स के ऊपर रहेगा. Shall we start with the session? फटाफट से कंफर्मेशन दो. Great. So let's crack it. So first one is structure. We are going to talk about user-defined data types. So user-defined data types क्या होते हैं? We have talked about the data types. Data types can be the primitive data types that are predefined data types or user-defined data types. Primitive data types means which are predefined in the system. For example, you are using int. Int is a data type, right? Int is a data type. जब आप int को use करते हो, कभी भी आपने int की definition provide की है? नहीं, because this is already predefined in the system. Similarly, char is a predefined data type. Float is a predefined data type. So we know that how to use the predefined data types. So on the other hand, sometimes whenever I want to store multiple values of different data types, तो ऐसी कोई data type नहीं है which supports this type of data. So in that case, you can say that, ma'am, use the array. If you want to store multiple values, use the array. Array के केस में क्या होगा? I need to declare an array. जब आप array को declare करते हो, you need to mention the data type. For example, int array and size is 5. What does it mean? I can store 5 values in the array ARR. I can store here 5 values. But what will be the type of data? What sort of data can be stored in this array? It must be the integer type data. But what if I want to store the name of a student? I want to store the marks of the student. I want to store the age of a student and so on. So in that case, can I take an array? No. Array is going to store the data of same type, homogeneous type of data. But if I want to store the information of a student or employee or simple सी चीज़ है, अगर हर एक element की जो data type है that is different, then in that case there is no predefined data types which supports this type of condition. Right? So this means that we need to create structure. Customization आ गई, right? For example, आप market में जाते हो and you are looking for the dresses. आपको कोई dress पसंद नहीं आ रही है, तो what is the solution? Go for customization. Give your own design and get it ready. Same as the case here. If no primitive data type is satisfying the request, in that case there is a requirement of user-defined data type. For example, I have used some data type. Data type का नाम मैं शेफाली भी रख सकती हूँ. Or I can take the name as student. तो सिस्टम को मालूम है कि शेफाली कौन सी डेटा टाइप है. सिस्टम को मालूम है कि स्टूडेंट कौन सी डेटा टाइप है. नो, इट्स नॉट नोन. What is the structure? What sort of data I want to store? In what order I am storing the elements? Nothing is known to the system. So this means that we need to provide the definition so that system gets aware that okay, in these memory locations, this type of data will be stored. Yes? So in that scenario, we will go for the concept of user-defined data types. Popularly, हमारे पास structures and union use होते हैं, but one more data type is there, that is enum, right? That is for providing the sequence numbers basically. So let's start with the structures. So is this clear to everyone कि क्यों structures use करते हैं? So basically using structure we can define a data type which holds more than one element of different types. एक से ज़्यादा type का element you can handle. So how to define the data type? User defined data type. So what will be the syntax? What is the syntax of structure? See, whenever we are talking about user defined data type, जैसे आपने pre-defined data type ली है तो यहाँ पे data type के this is int. That is just containing one name, right? Only one portion is there, char, one word. Float is one word. But whenever we are talking about the user defined data types, it contains two words. First of all, we need to determine that whether we are going for the concept of structures or union. So if it is a structure, we need to use the keyword struct. Struct और union के केस में memory में difference आएगा, how much memory will be allocated, but इससे data type का नाम नहीं आए. For example, here what is the name of the data type? That is integer. Here I want a data type, something like, let me call this as student. In the student, what do I need to store? मुझे क्या store करवाना है? For example, I want to store the roll number of a student, that is the serial number or student ID. Student ID I want to store. Apart from this, I want to store the name of a student, that is the first name, or let me simply write this as name. First name or last name doesn't matter. अब name के बीच में बचे क्या होगा? For example, my name is Shefali. So in this case, this is an array of characters, or you can take this as a string or array of characters. So here it's an array. Take some array. हो सकता है किसी का नाम जो है that may contain 20 characters. So I am taking the size here 20. And what sort of array do I need to take here? That is the character array. Okay. Students related what information I want to store? I want to store the student ID. I want to store the name of the student. And apart from that, I want to store the marks of the student. For example, marks can be the floating point number. Gate का score points में आता है. So I am taking the gate marks. So this is the structure. And this is always terminated with a semicolon. So this is an example. If I talk about the structure, so first of all, you need to use the keyword struct, and then here mention some identity. Identity means take some name. क्योंकि structures तो बहुत सारे हो सकते हैं, कौन से structure की बात कर रहे हो? That is identity, and then here data type of element 1, data type of element 2, data type of element 3, whatever list, जितनी भी आपके पास list है, provide the list here and terminate it with a semicolon. Yes? यहाँ तक clear है? Any doubt? So basically what is the difference between structure and union? If you observe here it will be getting the memory location. सिर्फ इतने से memory allocate होगी? Obviously memory won't be allocated. Right? Memory कब allocate होती है? अगर मैं सिर्फ लिखूंगी struct student, will it get the memory? आप data कब store करवा सकते हो? When the memory is allocated. Right? So if we want to allocate the memory, we need to declare some variable which is using the data type. कौन सी data type? It can be the user defined data type or the predefined data type. I hope that till this point there is no doubt. Memory allocation. Memory allocation is basically used when we are talking about the dynamic memory allocation. Okay. So next let's talk about the memory allocation. We have defined a structure that is for student memory allocation. For example, if in any program, if I write just int, will you be able to store any data? Int का मतलब क्या है? Integer type of data. This is the data type. Only by writing integer will it allocate the memory? No. Memory won't be allocated. Memory can't be allocated. Memory कब allocate होगी? ये memory कब allocate होगी? When you are writing some statement, you are declaring some variable. So here A is the variable name and this is the data type. So in this case, A will be getting a memory of size 2 bytes or 4 bytes, depends on the processor. Now A is getting a memory. Similarly, if I simply write struct student, will it get the memory? What is this? This is just the data type. Data type के बाद have we declared any variable? Have we used any variable? हमने यहाँ पे कोई variable use ही नहीं किए. So this is just equivalent to writing equal to int. So in this case also it won't get memory, can't be allocated. It won't get any memory. Can't be allocated. So memory कब allocate होगी? When you will be using some variable. So have you observed here? Here the data type contains 2 words. So whenever यहाँ पे structure की जगह अगर आप union use करोगे, union के लिए कौन सा keyword use होता है? Structure के लिए it's struct. Similarly for union it's union. So union student, right? So this means that user defined data types contains 2 words, whereas primitive data type, predefined data type contains 1 variable. जब मैं वेरिएबल बनाऊंगा किसी डेटा टाइप का तभी मेमोरी एलोकेट होगी डेफिनेटली. सो मेमोरी एलोकेट करवाने के लिए आपको एक वेरिएबल चाहिए, क्योंकि सी देयर इज अ पूल ऑफ मेमोरी. मेमोरी एलोकेट करवा दी बट उसको आप रेफर ही नहीं कर पा रहे हो, कोई वेरिएबल उसको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर रहे, देन हाउ विल यू बी एक्सेसिंग दैट मेमोरी? इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? This is some memory pool. So this means that after this, first of all define memory कब allocate होती है? When you are going for variable declaration. Variable declaration के लिए syntax क्या है? First of all we need to mention the data type followed by the variable name. Similarly, here the data type is struct student and variable name is, let's call this as S1, something like this. So now it got the memory. Memory कैसे मिलेगी? कितनी memory मिलेगी? Let's analyze that. Structure हमने क्या लिया? First of all, we are taking the student ID. It will be getting the memory. Student ID की data type क्या है? That is integer. So 2 bytes of memory will be allocated to student ID. Then we have taken an array of characters 0, 1, 2, 3. What is this? This is representing the name of the student. And after that, we have taken the marks of type float. So this is how memory is allocated, right? बच्चे मैं डायनामिक मेमोरी एलोकेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट अभी डिस्कस नहीं कर रही हूँ. malloc function is basically used, but when we will be talking about the concepts of the linked list and we need to create a node, at that point of time we'll be discussing that in detail. All right? यहाँ तक कोई doubt? So it's just equivalent to int a, just the declaration has been done. No initialization. अगर values initialize करवानी है आप कैसे लिखते हो? It's just like int a is equal to 10. Similarly here you can write this as You can write this as something like struct student. यहाँ पे जब आप values mention करोगे, it must be in the same order. So what will be the values? क्या values आएंगी यहाँ पे? Initialization करवानी है. What are the values? For example, student ID is 1. Then I need to provide a name. Name is, for example, Shefali. I'm taking my own name, Shefali. And marks got is 99.9. So first value will be stored in the first location, that is under the student ID. Student ID is 1. Name is Shefali. And some slots are empty, and in the marks this will be holding the value 99.9. Right? So this is about the declaration and initialization. So if you are using some data type, user defined data type, but you have not provided the definition, then it will generate an error saying that unknown data type. यहाँ तक कोई doubt? And what if I want to know that how much memory has been allocated to this structure? Then how will you be finding the size? Size find करने के लिए कितनी memory required है? What function is used? That is size of function. Size of function will be used. अगर मुझे integer का size find करना है, I can simply write this as size of is the function which is going to calculate the size. किसका size calculate करना है? Integer का, so I can write this as integer. This is the predefined data type, but I want to find out the size of the user defined data type. What is this data type? This is struct student, so I can write this as size of struct student. Or simply you can, instead of writing struct student, you can directly write this as size of S1. Alright, तो यहाँ पे बच्चे कितना size allocate होगा? What will be the size allocated to the structure? So in this case, individually it is going to allocate, कितनी memory allocate हुई है? पहले integer के लिए it is taking 2 bytes. I'm assuming that it's a 16-bit processor, so the size of integer is 2 bytes. If it's 32-bit, तो आप size check कर सकते हो. Size of int करके अगर आप अपने system में program को run कर रहे हो, then you can write the size of int. Okay, it will either return 2 bytes or 4 bytes. Char name, char का size क्या है? 1 byte. कितने characters आ सकते हैं? 20. So it will be 20 bytes. Float marks 4 bytes. So total, how much memory will be allocated? 26 bytes. What is the return value of size, or whatever size it is going to calculate? Right? यहाँ तक कोई doubt? So this is about defining the structure, declaration of a variable and initialization. Access करनी अभी values, अभी मैंने access करने का तरीका discuss नहीं किए. For that we need to use member of operator, or you can call that as dot operator. But before discussing that, let's talk about the local structure and global structure. This is exactly similar to the local variables and the global variables. Can somebody tell me that what is the difference between a local variable and global variable? If you are comfortable with the concept of local and global variables, then easily you can grab the concept of local and global structures. Local variable means which is defined inside the function. तो scope कहाँ तक रहता है? Till the end of the function. Global variable means if some variable is declared outside all the functions, then its scope will be throughout the program. Similarly, अगर कोई भी structure है that is defined inside some function, that will be a local structure. If structure is defined outside the function, that will be a global structure. Let's consider one example for local structure. local structure. Local means defined inside the function. So let's assume that there is a main function struct. I'm taking the identifier as local. Take any name. कुछ भी structure define करवा दो, int a and b, anything is possible. And yeah, this is the end of the definition of the structure. And then I'm declaring one variable, structure local struct local n. And then there is some other function. There is some other function that is check. And in this case, I'm declaring one more variable of type. I'm using the data type as struct local, which is defined in the main function, and I'm writing this as G. So will it execute properly? This is a variable declaration. L is a variable whose data type is struct local. G is also a variable whose data type is struct local. So is this correct? कोई problem है इसमें? If you observe here, first of all, user defined data type struct local is defined. It is ended with the semicolon. This is defined inside the function main. Main function में है, but when you are making a call, you are using some data type inside the same function, that is the local. So obviously that is fine. But its scope gets over by the end of this block. And when you are trying to use the user defined data type that is struct local in some other function, then in that case it will be generating an error. This is not allowed. It gives an error message that, error message क्या आएगा? Gives an error message. What will be the error message? Why to check? They may give you some code and they'll say that whether the program will be returning some output or it will be generating an error. If it is generating an error, then what sort of error it will be generating? Linkage error. Linkage error, or this may give you an error saying that this is undefined data type. You are using some data type whose definition is not available. क्योंकि प्री डिफाइंड है नहीं, सिस्टम में डिफाइन नहीं है, आपने डिफाइन की नहीं, आपने जो डिफाइन की थी उसका स्कोप तो खत्म हो गया यहाँ पे. सो अनडिफाइंड डेटा टाइप. यस, similarly, let's go for the concept of global variable. Global structure. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट? Global structure. In global structure, this will be defining this variable outside all the functions. So let's take this as struct global int a and b over, then there is a main function declaring one variable struct global g, check is another function, struct global h. Now is this fine? Yes. Now this struct global data type can be used anywhere in the program. Anywhere in the program means any function can use this data type. So that is the difference between local structure and the global structure. इसको relate करके देखोगे जब आप local और global variable के साथ, तो कुछ भी difference नहीं है. Correct? Next is how to initialize the structure and access the fields. Structure को already हम initialize करवा चुके. We had considered one example. So this will be written as like some void main function के अंदर I'm taking one function and its return type is void, and in this case struct student, and we had considered the values, that's 1 Shefali, 99 point, struct student S1, क्योंकि बच्चे अगर S1 नहीं मिला तो यहाँ पे आपके पास वैल्यू नहीं मिलेगी, मेमोरी एलोकेट नहीं होगी. So this is done. Now if I want to print, so this is stored, memory was allocated, this was the structure. So in the S1 there are multiple fields. In the S1 there is a field for storing the student ID, there is a field for student name, there is a field for marks. There is a field for marks. So here the student ID was 1. For instance, we have considered the S name as Shefali. Obviously this is an array and some spaces are available, 99.9. Okay, germ skilled. You can consider this as percentile. If not marks, you can consider this as percentile, percentage, anything. आते हैं 100% भी आते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Okay, so this is the declaration. Now if I want to access the values, how will you be accessing the values? So if I am writing here printf student details are, student details I want to print, then what will happen? Student details are, so first of all I want to print the student ID. Student ID is, or student ID, I'm so sorry. How will you be accessing this? See, if simply I'll be writing the S1, so in the case of S1, multiple fields will be fighting to return the value. In this is the format specifier for printing the values of integer. And then what should I write here? Can I write, see, अगर आपके पास एक variable है a, तो आप क्या लिखते हो? Just a. A is going to print the value. If I'll be writing, I'll be printing the value of a because only one value is available, right? In this case, if you'll be writing here S1, so all the three fields are fighting. They'll be confused that whether it has to print the value of the student ID or it has to print the student name or it has to print the marks. So member operator or dot operator is used for selection. Operator or dot operator or dot operator. Right? So this means that S1 dot S1 किसकी वैल्यू प्रिंट करवानी है? S1 can make a call to student.id or student name or marks. So I want to print the value of student ID. This is known as dot operator. यहाँ पे Bhaskar has returned like this arrow that is used when we are using the concept of pointers to structures. This dot and this arrow is not equivalent. Okay, so just keep this difference in mind. Yes, that will be used in case of pointer type structure variables. Very good, Nishu. Similarly, if I want to print the student name, I'll be just printing here student name. And I want to print some string. It is S1 dot sname. Similarly, you can print the value of marks. Printf marks student marks. So that's nothing but it's float type. So it's S1 dot marks. So this is how to initialize the structure and access the fields. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट? अभी तक हमने पॉइंटर्स का कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करवाया, सो डोंट get confused with dot operator and with the pointers. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट? So I guess this is clear. Let's take one more example. Inside the structure, is it mandatory to use only the predefined data types? सिर्फ predefined data types use कर सकते हो या user defined data type भी use हो सकती है? User defined data types can also be used inside the definition of a structure. But the condition is that data type must be defined before making a call to that particular data type. That is, inside the structure, not only the predefined but the user-defined data types can also be used. Let's consider one example. For example, there is some node, struct node is defined. In this, we have int a, float b, and then there is struct node 1, and we have struct node c. So I'm making use of user defined data type. C की data type क्या है? That is struct node c, and character type some array I'm taking here. Okay, so when there will be a declaration, so declaration कैसे होगी? For example, struct node main function के अंदर we have struct node 1. I'm taking some node like e. So declaration is there, so definitely memory will be allocated. Memory किसको allocate होगी? Depending on the structure of node 1. Node 1 के अंदर 2 parameters are there. First part में कितनी memory आएगी? Depends on the structure of node. It will be int and float, a and b. Right? So this is making a call to C. E is containing 2 parts, C and D. C के अंदर further its data type is divided into 2 parts, A and B. D में you are storing the values of the array. This is D of 0 and D of 1. Right? यहाँ तक कोई doubt? Now let's initialize some values here. Values must be in the same order. यहाँ पे A की data type क्या है? That is integer, so take some integer value. B की data type क्या है? That is float, take some float value. Then this is over. Then there is some characters are coming up. So let's call this as A and B are there. So this means that this is holding the value like 10, 15.5, A and B. Now if I want to access the values, how will you be accessing the values? किसकी वैल्यू एक्सेस करनी है? ऑब्वियसली बात है, वेरिएबल नेम मेंशन करोगे. वेरिएबल नेम के साथ so many values are coming up. So we need to identify them. %d, some integer will be printed. So variable name, there is option of printing the value of C or D. I want to print the value of C. C में फिर से there are 2 members fighting with each other. That is, I want to print the value of E. Dot operator is used for selection. Similarly, you can print the value of E is the variable name. Options are there. E dot C dot. If I'll be writing here B, this will be printing what value? This will be printing 15.5. This will be printing the value 10. Similarly, you can print the value of D. Right? So for D, you can write here It is going to print a character C. It will be E. कौन से character को print करने? E dot D. D में first or second one. For example, I want to print the value of D of 0. Similarly, you can print the other character. So this is going to print E. Clear? Simply you have to make use of the dot operator. यहाँ तक कोई doubt? Any doubt till this point? Hurry up, guys. Yes, E dot D1 will be returning the value of B. Sometimes we need to use pointers to structures. Pointers to structures. So in that case, what will happen? See, if it's a pointer to structure, आपके पास E is declared. So I can declare, it's just like the pointer variables. Pointer कैसे declare करते? With the asterisk. कौन सा pointer लेने? For some variable like E. And what is the data type? That is struct node. Struct node. If this E is holding the address of some structure, right? So if I want to access the value, so कैसे value access करोगे? Value at E. E will be holding the address, or let me call this as D. Let's assume that this is 1000. D के अंदर I am storing the address of E, and what is that address? That is 1000. So this will be what? Value inside D, value at 1000. यहाँ पे 1000 पे बच्चे आपके पास एक structure है, so multiple values are coming up. Multiple values are coming up. अब इनमें से आपको select करनी है. For selection, we need to use the dot operator. We need to use the dot operator. D is storing what? D is storing nothing but D is storing the address of E. That is nothing but 1000. So when you are writing D, D will be returning 1000. Value at 1000, there is a value of A available. Value of B is available. Value of D of 0. फिर से confusion हो रही है. Same name is there. Let me take this as F. Okay? अब कोई confusion नहीं है? So here, when you are selecting the value, multiple values are coming up. So we need to use the dot operator. F of 1000 पे किसकी value चाहिए मुझे? 1000 पे I want the value of D of 0. Right? So if you are getting something like this, or asterisk of D dot A or F dot A, simply you can write this as F of A. Yes, definitely if you are printing here this A, then you need to take this as C dot value at F dot C dot A, definitely. Is this clear? बच्चे ये clear हुआ? What is the difference between the dot operator? You need to understand the difference between dot operator and arrow operator. Is this clear? So we will be making use of this during the linked list. आपने linked list में देखा होगा जैसे हम commands लिखते हैं something like head of next is equal to something. Head of is this operator. Correct? So these are two different representations for one and the same thing. Clear? So this is all about structures. Similarly, we have the concept of unions. Union के केस में क्या होता है? It is exactly similar to the structures. Union is also a user defined data type, but the only difference is यहाँ पे हर एक member को अलग से memory allocate नहीं होती है. That is, all the members of union are going to share the same memory location. तो यूनियन का कॉन्सेप्ट कब यूज करते हैं? व्हेन एट अ टाइम ओनली वन मेंबर नीड्स टू बी प्रेजेंट इन द मेन मेमोरी. ऑलराइट बच्चे, आप लोग एक दूसरे को बाद में कमेंट्स दे देना. मेरे क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दो बस मुझे पहले. So if I take one example, for example, if I take something like union, something like node, कुछ भी ले लो, int a, float b, char c, 20. So in this case, how much memory will be allocated? Syntax is exactly similar to that of structure. Instead of struct keyword, we are using the union keyword, and it is also containing two words. Why 26? Obviously बात है, integer will be taking 2 bytes. This will be taking 4 bytes. This will be taking 20 bytes. If it's a case of structure के case में every field is going to get the memory location. So in that case, it will be getting 26 bytes. But union के case में क्या होता है? All the members are going to share the same memory location. Yes, so if it is going to share the same memory location, this means that this will be getting the memory equal to the largest memory requirement. क्योंकि if you are getting a memory for 4 bytes, तो उसमें 2 bytes का data store हो सकता है, but 20 bytes of data cannot be stored here. So only one shared memory will be allocated, और उस shared memory का size क्या होगा? That will be equal to the largest element size. What is the largest element size? So if 20 bytes of memory is allocated here, in these 20 bytes, integer can be stored, or float can be stored, or these array characters can be stored. So in case of union, memory will be allocated equal to the maximum size of the element. Now question arises is कि unions पे use कहाँ पे होते हैं? So unions are used, condition क्या है इसके ऊपर? कहाँ पे unions use होंगे? Obviously बात है बच्चे, अगर structure define किया है, then total memory requirement जितनी होगी, that much memory will be allocated. If instead of structure you are using here union, in that case it will be getting a memory of 20 bytes. So there is no comparison. Actually union के case में क्या, if at a time you want all the members to be present in the main memory, then in that case you need to make use of structure. Union के case में क्या होगा? अगर आप 20 bytes का data store करवा रहे हो, then this integer and float won't be available in the memory. दोनों के अपने अपने बेनिफिट्स हैं, बट ऑब्वियसली बात है कि अगर सारे मेंबर्स, सारे एलिमेंट्स एक टाइम पे यूज नहीं हो रहे, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, इन दैट केस यूनियन इज बेटर. रीजन इज दिस इज कंजर्विंग द मेमोरी. बट इफ ऑल द एलिमेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड एट द सेम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, तो यूनियन के अंदर आप तीनों को स्टोर नहीं करवा सकते. ऑल द मेंबर्स कैन नॉट बी प्रेजेंट एट द सेम टाइम. So in that case, obviously structure is better. Clear? Bhaskar, we are talking about the concepts of C programming. So we are not comparing the programming languages. बच्चे अगर C++ है, C++ के बहुत सारे disadvantages हैं which are overcome by other programming languages. So we can't compare. We are not comparing the programming languages. Okay? So I hope that the difference between structure and union is clear. Rest everything is same. सिर्फ memory allocation में difference आता है. Any doubt on this point? So there are few problems which are asked on the basis of structures and union. So can you return the answer for this problem? Assume that the objects of type short, float and long occupy 2, 4 and 8 bytes respectively. The memory requirement for variable t ignoring alignment considerations is. So what will be the memory requirement? Yes, definitely this is another way of defining the data type. So you can take it you can take the identifier here. That is also possible. So what is the memory requirement? In the same question, they have used the concept of structure and union. I want everybody to participate. Return the answer. Hurry up guys, this is a pretty straightforward question. इतना टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए. Structure means total. Total is how much? 2 members are there. एक की डेटा टाइप के शॉर्ट, दूसरी की डेटा टाइप के, दैट इज द यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप, दैट इज यूनियन. दिस इज अलाउड. वी हैव सीन द एग्जांपल फॉर दिस. शॉर्ट का एक एरे क्रिएट किया है जिसमें 5 एलिमेंट्स है. सो ईच एलिमेंट इज टेकिंग 2 bytes. So this comes out to be 2 into 5 which is equal to 10 bytes. यूनियन का मतलब क्या है? इसमें से जो भी मैक्सिमम रिक्वायरमेंट होगी ओनली दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड. फ्लोट विल बी टेकिंग 4 bytes and long will be taking 8 bytes. So among these two, 8 bytes will be allocated. So what is the sum? That is 18 bytes. So definitely yes, C is the correct answer. This problem was asked in GATE 2000 and same question was repeated as it is in ISRO 2015. Easy. So just focus on the difference of structures and union. So these are few more problems. You can try these problems that we will be covering these questions when we will be talking about previous year questions. So directly straightforward questions you'll be able to handle on the basis of structures and union. You can expect the same straightforward questions. All right, let me discuss the schedule. Tomorrow is our week off. So tomorrow there will be no session. No YouTube or no special class, no session. And apart from this, special pay, we are learning the concepts of computer organization and architecture. Today we had discussed the concept of bus configuration and instruction cycle, very very important. And we had also discussed a few problems that can be asked on the basis of the topic that we had covered till now in computer organization and architecture. Today was the third session. So जिन्होंने sessions attend करने शुरू नहीं किए हैं कोआ के ऊपर, बच्चे साथ के साथ शुरू कर दो. कल का ऑफ है, पेंडिंग सेशंस को खत्म करो एंड ट्राई करो कि नेक्स्ट सेशन से आप लाइव सेशन में पार्टिसिपेट कर पाओ सो दैट कि आपकी क्वेरीज हैंडल हो जाए. डेली वी आर हैविंग द सेशन फॉर 1 hour. दैट इज फॉर फ्रॉम 4:30 PM to 5:30 PM. Okay, and in case of YouTube sessions, we are discussing the concepts of data structures and programming. Daily we are having the session at 7 PM to 8 PM. Let me mention the topics here. We will be talking about the instruction set architecture in the next session. We will be talking about instruction set architecture. Then we will be covering the addressing modes. Very very important topics. This will be the agenda for next session. and YouTube पे we will be starting with the concept of linked lists. And if you want to cover the topics in much more detail, like programming के जो topics है, some topics which are important from gate point of view, that we have covered each and every topic on the YouTube. In fact जब हमने previous year questions भी discuss किए थे, कोई भी problem ऐसी नहीं थी जिसमें we need to use some new concept. So all those concepts are covered, but if you want to get to know more, then you can refer to the special classes. Special classes के जो C programming के topics है, you can refer to those sessions. Alright, so this will be the agenda for the next sessions. Timing is same, that is 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And tomorrow there will be no session, so I'll see you day after tomorrow at 4:30 in the special class and 7 p.m. in the YouTube session. Okay, now it's the time to discuss the Mool Mantra. We know that today it is the age of competition and all the competitive exams are based on speed, accuracy and logic, which requires constant practice from the very beginning. So this means that जितने भी topics आपके cover हो चुके हैं बच्चे, साथ ही साथ practice करो. मैं बार बार practice पे stress दे रही हूँ so that कि आपके doubts clear हो जाए before the actual exam and before the live quizzes. Okay, December से I'll be starting with the live quizzes. So till that point, cover all the pending topics, revise the topics, solve the previous year questions, and whatever queries you have, you can write in the groups or you can also write your queries in the comment sections. Okay, so those who are watching this session for the first time, guys, you can join our Telegram group, that is Let's Crack Gates ESE, and its link is also given in the description box. Benefit ये होगा कि जितने भी live sessions होंगे, you'll be able to get the links of all the live sessions. And definitely yes, इतने time से I'm putting in so much energy. So if you like the session, do like the session, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for the notifications of new videos. And if you want to join the crash course, capsule programs and live quizzes, test, mock test, everything, in that case I'll suggest you to go for the subscription. Crash course है तो बच्चे you can go for 3 month subscription. Even 3 months से भी आपको काफ़ी benefit हो जाएगा. But if you want to cover the subjects in detail, then I'll suggest that at least go for 1 year subscription, and don't forget to apply the referral code. And in case of any query, you can write in the comment section, and if you have any feedback or suggestion, feel free to fill out the feedback form. And if you want to interact with me or you have any query, then also you can write that in the feedback form, and the link of the feedback form is given in the description box, right? And जिनको previous year questions नहीं मिल रहे हैं, previous year questions cover करने हैं, तो उसके लिए C programming questions YouTube पे डिस्कस किए हुए हैं मैंने. YouTube algorithms के some sessions are available. Go to the playlist. Digital पे sessions are available. Operating system के complete sessions are available. All the previous year questions are also covered in the marathon sessions. अगर बच्चे playlist में नहीं मिलता है, go through the marathon folder. Okay, so just go through it once. And special classes में I have covered the subjects like C and data structures, theory of computation, compiler design, covering the concepts of computer organization and architecture. And if I talk about the plus subscription, in that I had covered a complete course on algorithms. So काफ़ी subjects अगर आप देखोगे तो काफ़ी subjects cover हो चुके, and you can refer to YouTube sessions, special classes or plus. Plus के लिए definitely you need the subscription. And by applying this referral code, you will be getting 10% discount. So don't forget to apply the referral code. By applying this referral code, this is obviously my referral code. So by applying this referral code along with the discount, you will be added to my group, and also if you'll be having any query, then you can directly interact with me. Alright. So thank you guys. God bless you all.